I'm just here with a good friend of mine called John Flynn, who's experienced the benefits of Kangen water. John, would you mind expressing here to the viewer how you've overcome a lot of challenges and health challenges in regards to what you've gone through in your own personal life and when you consumed Kangen water, please?
Yes, if I can go back a year ago. I was getting, well, what some people call depressed periodically. I was getting to feel very down and lackadaisical, no energy. That went on through January, December last year, February, March. In fact, in April and May, it took me out. I was, to coin my phrase, I was sick as a parrot, but I wasn't able to get out of bed. I didn't have any energy, and the doctor was looking at treating me for depression because I just wasn't able to get motivated. I wasn't able to get myself going. I felt really disempowered. I felt lonely, and I felt very alone. I couldn't talk to anybody because I hadn't heard of anybody reacting the way I was reacting. And I was blessed today. I met a very good friend of mine who persisted in giving me the water. I was lucky enough that I was sick enough to drink it. I drank it, and I haven't looked back since that day. And the results I had with the Kangen water, they were just almost instantaneous, but amazing. I got my energy back. I'll be able to get out of bed in the morning at 6 o'clock. I'm able to enjoy the moment. That is one of the greatest gifts I have, that I can live right now in this moment, and I'm not distracted and I'm not pulled away, and the energy I have is just beautiful. Today I love the life I live, absolutely. And all thanks to Kangen water. I would not have experienced this without the water.
And John, I remember when I met you and gave you the water, you talked about how you were actually after being prescribed depression tablets and how the doctors for 5 weeks running couldn't figure out what was wrong with you and more or less diagnosed you with a virus, and they couldn't figure out what it was. Could you explain that, please?
Yeah, I've got a wonderful doctor who's looked after me for many years, many years. I've been through car accidents and slips and falls and breaks and all the rest of it, and Paul was always there and always very supportive. Back in April and May of this year, it was a challenge for him because I was presenting. He knew I was sick. He could see I was sick. Yet all the results and all the tests that he'd done were coming back from the hospital as negative. And that last day I was with him, I had agreed to go on prescribed medication because he had said it was the only way out, that, unless I took something I wasn't going to get better. And reluctantly, in fact very reluctantly, I took the prescription. Now, I've had experience of me taking tablets before after the car accident, etc., and I never liked how I felt, and I never liked how my head reacted when I took tablets. It just didn't like me when I took tablets, so I do anything to stay away from any substance that's mood altering because I don't feel well, I don't feel good afterwards. So that day when I consented to take the medication, going forward, it was like I had thrown in the towel. There was nothing else left for me. And then when you offered me the water and I rejected it again, I said, Declan, water, gee, I'm sick, and the doctors are struggling trying to find out what's wrong with me. They say I have a virus and they're not sure of some viruses, so they don't have an idea what it is specifically, but how can the water work? And you said, well, you've nothing to lose, have you? It's either the water or the prescription, so why don't you give the water a run first? So I did. And thank God by doing that, my life changed. I still have the prescription. It's in my pocket, the original pocket I put it into. My doctor was really grateful that I'm, back and much better now. My leg is improving. I broke my leg in the meantime, and all of that stuff is getting better and better without medication, which is great. So the water helps me to clear my mind. The water helps me to clear my body. I would never, ever be grateful enough for that moment in my life when I took the risk and drank the water, even though for the 6 months prior to that I had rejected it, saying what can water do for me that I can't do for myself? I've taken something else. But in fact the water has been the catalyst that's changed my life completely. So the doctors don't need to know what virus I had. They don't need to know what sickness I had. All I need to know is that I've got something that has got me back in good energy again. It's got me to enjoy my life again. It's got me to live in the moment again. It's got me to love the life I live again. So I don't need to know.
Just one final question, John, for anybody here who's viewing this and thinking in their own head, will I or won't I try this water? What would your best advice be for, I suppose, the ultimate skeptic?
Well, I was the ultimate skeptic, and like I had a perception in my head that water was just water. Like, how could it fix me? But since I started to drink the water, I did serious research into the water and into the unit, and the learning that I have learned over the years. See, I've been working as a life coach for the past 10 years, and there was always a missing ingredient. And today I know the missing ingredient in the work I was doing was water, because we need water to hydrate, and we need water to clean out the toxicity in our body, and the value of doing that alone. Just drink the water and see how well you feel. That's all. And Declan, you said that to me the first day, just drink the water, John, and tell me how you feel afterwards. And literally, the changes was phenomenal, because I was able to calibrate immediately, going from being not able to get out of bed to being up at 6 o'clock in the morning and being at work whenever I choose to be, and finish work whenever I choose to be. Don't feel lonely anymore, don't feel excluded anymore, feel amazing energy inside, and I love my life, and I love what I do today, and it's like, that was always been a dream of mine, just to love life, and that's what I've got from the water. I've got the opportunity to love life, and I'm grasping it with both hands. So I'm passing on the information to you. If you are a skeptic, so was I. And what I did was I took a risk. I overcame my own belief system, and I drank the water, and I can guarantee that you'll have changes in your life if you drink the water. The water doesn't work if you don't drink it.
John, thank you so much. I hope this inspires people to just simply drink the water and try the water.
That's it.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Declan.